This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Loving all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
Hey there, everybody! Welcome to Today Back in the Day here on MidnightCherryTV for a very special early or a very special late Today Back in the Day, depending on where you are in the world, of course. And again, if you've made it through the chat room, we've got 10 people in here. If you've made it through the chat room and all the waiting, we are of course. It is an early late show here on February 5th. But let me take a quick look in the chat. Of course, we had a crazy chat. We have all the Joshuas. We have Never Cold, Hippie Crusher, Tony Nasser. We have Santa Raven, Zach Hawkins. The Bagel Goose was here. The Goose was loose. Hippie Crusher, Zach Hawkins. Got 10, 11 people here at a very special time for Today Back in the Day for February 5th. Of course, people talking 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Marceville Gamer in the chat. MidnightCherryTV. You got Weird Hero in the chat room as well. Got a good group of people here for Today Back in the Day. Appreciate you guys coming here for a little MidnightCherryTV history action. And again, if you are new to the channel, new to the station, first of all, we call it a station. We take a look at history every day, and then early day here for us. The more you know about history, the more you know about what actually happened. Well, that's what we look like in the future, and it is a good thing. Maybe be inspired by something you see here. Maybe learn something you didn't know about. It's all kind of you can take from what you will here on MidnightCherryTV Today Back in the Day. But February 5th, 36th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. 329 days remain to the end of the year, of course. We've got AD 62 earthquake, Pompeii, Italy. Of course, Pompeii always getting those natural disasters, which is always a rough one. We have a group of early Japanese Christians getting martyred by the Japanese government in 1597. South Carolina. Hello, all my South Carolina people out there. I know I have some watching on replay here. Today Back in the Day, South Carolina becomes a state. So the Articles of Confederation becoming not becoming a state, becoming the second state to ratify the Articles of Confederation back in 1778. That was a big moment. We have Calabria, Italy, the big earthquake happening in 1783. We have a little bit of Wisconsin history for you. I don't see JP4 in the chat room, but that's okay. We've got University of Wisconsin-Madison's first class meets at Madison Female Academy. So Madison, Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin-Madison becoming a thing, becoming a school. 1849 back in the day. Got just checking out some of the old chat. We got Midnight Joshua TV, always entertaining there. We have let's see what else we got. Let's see if we got any good history here. We have King Leopold. King Leopold of Belgium established the Congo. The Congo as a possession, guys. So, sometimes you think, hey, maybe I can't own this piece of land. Well, back in the day, guys, you had the King of Belgium declaring the Congo his own personal possession. Back in 1885, I'm sure that didn't work out too well. Congo, not really owned by Belgium anymore. We have United Artists, guys. Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, D.W. Griffith, launching United Artists, which was sort of the first one of those original Hollywood kind of production companies, 1919, back in the day, here on January 5th. We've got, let's see what else we got. Let's see if we got anything exciting here, of course, with this crazy time. See if there's anything truly to remember here. You got astronauts land on the moon, guys, 1971. Now, some people, of course, don't believe that happened, but if you do, astronauts land on the moon. Apollo 14 mission back in 1971. We have 1988, Manuel Noriega. Manuel Noriega indicted on drug smuggling and money laundering charges back in '88. Manuel Noriega getting shut down. Panama. A man, a plan, a canal. Panama. We've got one small step for man, marsupial. Got the international check out all my Australian and Southern Hemisphere folks out there. We've got the big three banks. The big three banks, 1997, announced the creation of the $71 million fund to aid Holocaust survivors. Of course, you had the Switzerland banks kind of sort of taking a little bit of apology there for all their Nazi gold hoarding back in the day. But let's just go on the chat. Let's see if I missed anybody before I get back to birthdays here. People probably got this playing on in the background, getting a little bit of that Midnight Cherry TV action for a little bit of history here on today back in the day for February 5th, guys. Let's see if we got anything birthdays. Birthdays are always sort of a personal holiday for me. I always say it every day, but it is true. There's always kind of something good here to kind of remember, kind of point out. You know, you don't have to be a religion, certain ethnicity, certain gender to appreciate a birthday. Appreciate your own birthday. Adlai Stevenson, 1900, born today, birthday. Pretty big, famous politician there for Midwestern Chicago politics for you American political fans. We have, let's see, Hank Aaron, 1934. Happy birthday to the man, the myth, the legend, Hank Aaron. Hammer and Hank, born today, 1934. We've got, Midnight Joshua TV, pretty funny in the chat room right now. We have 1934 to all my hockey fans. I don't see my usual hockey fans in the chat room, and that's okay. But if you're a hockey fan and you're familiar with Don Cherry, guys, happy birthday to one of the finest hockey commentators in all of the land. Don Cherry, 1934. Happy birthday to Don Cherry. Hey, B from PA in here in the chat. Good to see you. But Don Cherry's birthday today, so I have to give a big birthday shout out from Midnight Cherry TV to Don Cherry, 1934. That's a big one. Have to appreciate that one. H.R. Geiger, creator of Alien, the sort of designs of the alien in the Alien movies. Yeah, Don Cherry has many jackets, says Beat from PA, Weird Hero. Don Cherry, her hockey fans out there. But H.R. Geiger birthday today. Roger Staubach today, 1942. 1 year younger than Corey Wells, the singer of Three Dog Night. Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kind of like the ladies there. Kind of like the music. Three Dog Night back in the day, having a birthday, and then a couple of the birthdays. We have Michael Mann, the director of Manhunter, Thief, Heat, as well as Miami Vice, of course. Always appreciate those. Michael Mann. Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari Games. So if you've ever played Pong, or if you've ever watched Miami Vice, give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat for February 5th, guys. Let's wake up a little bit. Let's keep the night going. If you're up late, let's keep the morning starting off well for you. Get a little bit of audience interaction here on today back there. We got 13, 14 people in here. We got 7 and 9 in the chat as well. Yeah, pressing 1 for Miami Vice or Atari Pong, guys. Playing that Pong Atari back in the day. Nolan Bushnell, happy birthday to him. Always got to appreciate that one. We've got Christopher Guest from Dog Show and or Best in Show, as well as Spinal Tap. Of course, sort of leading kind of improv actors having a birthday today. Barbara Hershey having a birthday today. Still looking pretty good. Barbara Hershey, guys, born today, 1948, February 5th. You got we have E.T. best Atari game ever, says Marsupial. Bean from PA says, "Isn't that the game that killed Atari?" That is very true, guys. That is very true. E.T. did help kill Atari. But we have Errol Morris, documentary filmmaker. Errol Morris, Thin Blue Line, born today, 1948. We always look at a little bit of those kind of mix of stuff here on birthdays. Tim Meadows, Jennifer Jason Leigh, guys. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Of course, an assortment of other films. She was in the new Twin Peaks season. She was in some Tarantino movies lately. We have Laura Linney, another fine actress there. Bobby Brown. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully nobody's hitting Whitney today. Hopefully nobody's hitting Whitney. That's all we can pray for Whitney, guys. Pray for Whitney today. Got Rhino in the chat, Flit in the chat. Got all kinds of good people popping up here. Hippie Crusher in there. Woman Joshua having a new appearance here on Today Back in the Day. But Bobby Brown born today. Happy birthday to him. Hopefully he stays calm, keeps it calm today, keeps it relaxed, keeps it chill, which is always important, guys. Today Back in the Day. Thomas Kopecky, former Detroit Red Wings, Chicago Blackhawk, Slovenian, I believe, Slovak. Thomas Kopecky, 1982, born today. Appreciate his hockey skills. A couple of hockey birthdays, which is always appreciated. Got Darren Criss, 1987, from the Gianni Versace movie. Played the killer for you new TV fans out there. But we got Neymar, Brazilian footballer, of course, simply known as Neymar. When you have one name, it always means you're pretty important. But we got the Bagel Goose is loose in the chat room. The goose is loose. We have Obi-Wan reviews in here. We have Weird Hero making inappropriate comments about the Chicago Blackhawks hockey franchise. And that's okay. That's okay. It's a free speech here. We can have some jokes. But let's see what else we got here for February 5th. Kind of trying to keep it a quick one here. But we got Bagel Goose, Neymar. But yeah, a little bit of fun here. A fun little morning show here for Today Back in the Day, guys. Hope you appreciate it. We have 13 people in here. Keep it light here on Midnight Cherry TV, Today Back in the Day. But always taking a look at those deaths. People always appreciate those death anniversaries, kind of like a modern day obituary. But hopefully Weird Hero comes back into the chat room. Hopefully he's not swayed to not come back to the chat room, of course, here on Today Back in the Day. But February 4th, let's see what we got. We got Kanmu, the Emperor of Japan, 806, dying today. We got a couple of Chinese emperors. Got a Japanese emperor, Chinese emperor, Shunzi, Emperor of the Qing Dynasty. We have William Cullen, physician-scientist, creating a medical school back in the day. Charles XIII, King of Sweden. Charles XIII, the King of Sweden, guys. But yeah, it's unswayed, this Weird Hero. We got Rhino in the chat, Bagel Goose. We got a good little variety of folks in out here for a little bit of Today Back in the Day here. Anyway, hey, while you're waiting, while I look for some good kind of death holiday anniversaries here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed, you're notified. Make sure all that kind of good YouTube stuff's going on. And make sure to check out the Patreon link. Check out the Patreon, the Ko-fi link. Of course, you can always send a little support towards Midnight Cherry for station renovations, of course. LL Bean, guys. LL Bean, R.I.P. Yacht Clothing. R.I.P. Yacht Clothing, guys, here on February 5th. Sad moment. We had Tony Nasser pointing out Banjo Patterson. Looks like I missed one. Hey, Chinaman Emperors or something, says Bagel Goose. That's Cherry, probably. That's sort of accurate. We don't know everything here on Today Back in the Day, but it is always something we can learn together here. Like LL Bean. Who knew that LL Bean stood for Leon Leonwood? What kind of crazy, insane name is Leon Wood. So there you go. That is your LLB in action for today back in the day here, February 5th. But let's see if we got anything else going on for birthdays. I mean, not birthdays, for deaths. Sorry, we're losing track of time, trying to pay attention to the chat. But yeah, people talking. Got never called in the chat. You have helped upgrade Nick Cherry to a maraschino. Was that a curse? No cursing here on Today Back in the Day. We keep it PG, family friendly here on Today Back in the Day, guys. But LL Bean looks like that's the last sort of sad death here on February 5th. But one last quick look at the chat before I get to these holidays and observances. But yeah, LL Bean is relative of PAB. This is Weird Hero. Back in the day, says Rhino. We have Leon Wood, the next name of Marsupial Gamer's son. We got Charles the 13th ended up with a 13 tattoo. He's pretty fly for a dead guy. Says Zach Hawkins. That's actually pretty hilarious. But let's take a look, guys. Let's see where we have for Christian feast days. Adelaide of Vilch, a German abbess having a Christian feast day. Agatha of Sicily, Christian saint from Palermo. We have Bertolf of Hungary. Became a monk and getting those abbey. But we have Never Freeze in the chat room as well. Welcome to Midnight Cherry TV, Never Freeze. Having a chat room with Never Cold, Restoroni and Pepperoni. Daddy Bean says Bale Goose. But we also have Ingenious, the second confirmed bishop of Sabine or Sabiona. We have Roger Williams and Anne Hutchinson. You have two of those American names. The colony of Rhode Island, getting get the colonialists, getting an Episcopal Church sort of rub. We have the 26 martyrs in Japan. We talked about earlier. 26 martyrs in Japan. A sad moment for a group of Catholics who were executed by crucifixion back in 1597 in Nagasaki. Martyrdom in the Catholic Church. So people forget the savagery of back in the day. You had Catholics getting crucified back in the 1500s still happening. So not a good time. It's always a dangerous time to possibly be, whatever religion is the hot religion to be judged. But let's see what else we got. We got 15, 16 people in here in the chat room. But yeah, Kid Ingenious. The name is Ingenious. Pretty great one. But let's take a look at these last couple holiday things going on here. Savage times are savage. Says Never Cold. But Constitution Day in Mexico. Happy Constitution Day in Mexico. I don't know what the Constitution is written on or what it contains in Mexico. I'm sure it has to do with sort of tequila or something like that. Something fun. Hopefully it's something fun and lighthearted for Mexico today on Constitution Day. Hopefully they're not taking things too seriously down south of the border. We have Crown Princess Mary's Day, Denmark having a holiday. We have Kashmir Solidarity Day in Pakistan. So hopefully there's no violence in Kashmir today, guys. In Pakistan, India border there. It's always a hotbed of action. You always want to avoid too much nonsense there. We have Magatine Joshua in the chat room. We have Bethany. Hey, Bethany. Heavy Crusher in here. We have, Rhino evidently goes to America. But we have Runeberg's birthday in Finland. Don't know what that means, but it's, Johann Ludwig Runeberg, a epic poet. He is classified as an epic poet. I don't know about you guys, but I've never heard of any sort of artist or any sort of writer be referred to as an epic version of that. So you got to give it up for Runeberg having a birthday today in Finland. Unity Day in Burundi. If you're not aware of Burundi is a landlocked African country. sort of in the Great Lakes of Africa region. If you're not familiar with Burundi, but yeah, the hot religion to be judged. I don't think I've ever heard it put that way. Then always puts a positive spin on it. Says Weird Hero. Yeah, we can always. That's the thing about today. Back in the day, guys, we can always put a positive spin on something out there, for whether it's positive or not. You can always kind of look at something a little differently, kind of get from it what you will. But yeah, Johan looks pretty fun. Says being epic, an epic poet, the audacity to call yourself an epic poet. It is a Unity Day in Burundi. Unity, guys, Unity. Got Magatine Joshua getting ridiculous. Oh, thank you, 7 and 9. Everything's better today than it was back in the day. Good times. Well, one thing we can all depend on. One thing we can always depend on. I want you. There's a lot of things out there. We got 16 people in here. Hopefully, I can give you a little bit of a chit chat here before I let you go. There's a lot of things that we can depend on. You depend on family, friends. Maybe you depend on a routine. Maybe you always go to the gym every day. You depend on that. Maybe you always check out a YouTube show early in the morning that's never on at the same time. Who knows what you do? Who knows what you depend on? Well, I depend on the absolute inaccuracy of weather people on a day-to-day basis. I feel like if there's one thing you can depend on, it is that you can't depend on weather people. That's just what it is out there. That's what it is. It's a prediction. It's a prediction-based science, if you can call it a science, more of an art form. More of an art form of interpreting clouds into using it to sort of tell people whatever weather you want to tell people about. But in the United States today, guys, you guys might be overseas, but in the U.S. of A., it is National Weather Person's Day. National Weather Person's Day. So I want to give a shout out to all those weather people out there for making my life problematic every morning, every day. When I step outside of the house and the weather is incorrect, or I prepare myself for a dry day and it's rainy, or I prepare myself for a rainy day and it's dry. That's kind of what I can depend on. We can depend on the changing of time, the changing of season. We can depend on the tax man coming for you, and you can depend on the ability to not be able to depend on the weather person. So Never Cold says, "What a joke! I only depend on Cherry," says Marsupial Gamer. But that's kind of what I want to leave you with here for February 5th, guys. Today, back in the day, here on Midnight Cherry TV. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Come back again tomorrow for February 6th. But of course, we looked at some birthdays, we looked at some deaths. We had LL Bean. LL Bean died today. R.I.P. R.I.P. LL Bean. Don Cherry having a birthday today. Hank Aaron have a birthday today. South Carolina becoming a state officially. You had a lot of good moments here today on Today Back in the Day. I want to appreciate everybody coming out there. But again, it is World Weather Person's Day, so be careful out there. Make sure you bring a couple change of clothing, a couple umbrella, a hat. Make sure you're prepared for whatever crazy weather comes at you today, because it's probably gonna be inaccurate from what you thought it was. But yeah, we're here leaving us with a little weather her person hate, says Weird Hero. Thanks, Cherry. Good time. Yeah, good times, guys. I appreciate you all coming here for Midnight Cherry TV Today Back in the Day. I'm about to head to work for another 12-hour work shift at the station. Guys. But again, February 5th, Today Back in the Day. Come back tomorrow for February 6th, and we'll do it all again. Thanks again, guys.